West, where we have some lighter and variable winds throughout the northern Rockies, all the way down to the Great Basin. But in eastern Montana and eastern Wyoming, winds are generally blowing to the north at up to 30 miles an hour, and southwestern Idaho, they're blowing winds to the northwest at up to 30 miles an hour. In Colorado, you have converging winds moving to the north from what it looks like, or rather, it's just converging in general. Some places that are only blowing up to 30 miles an hour, maybe a little faster in some places, most notably in the southern part of the state. In the desert southwest, winds are coming from the south generally, except for New Mexico, which is coming from the southeast. Though they're only blowing up to 30 miles an hour in many places. Arizona, a few places. California, you have lighter winds, maybe somewhat variable. You have some eastern winds that are blowing up to 30 miles an hour out just north of LA. But offshore, you have some winds are blowing just a little bit parallel down south along the California coast, but not much though. It looks wavy and somewhat light and variable just off of central California. The Pacific Northwest winds on the eastern side, on the leeward side of the Cascades, are blowing to the north. In Oregon, they're blowing up to 30 miles an hour, but along the coastal parts of the Pacific Northwest, a little light and variable winds there, but the strongest winds are blowing up to 30 miles an hour there. All right, let's take a look. Oh, and while your wind direction's coming from the northwest, they're blowing around up to 30 miles an hour. Was about 2 degrees Celsius or 34, 35 Fahrenheit this morning, and around 12 C, 54 F this afternoon. Kind of windy. Oh, yeah. I mean, it is most noticeable that I'm seeing right now. Wild. It is blowing really fast, but mostly sunny. Well, in one way that is good, but the wind can be annoying. In the Northeast, current conditions right now, we have in New England, temperatures are in the 70s. Upstate New York and Pennsylvania, temperatures are in the mid-60s to mid-70s. Greater New York City area, temperatures are in the 70s. Then on to the... I need to sit comfortably. Hold on. Okay, so in the mid-Atlantic, we have temperatures that are in the mid-70s to low 80s. West Virginia, temperatures are in the 60s. Down towards the southeast, where you have the Carolina coastline, Georgia, and Tennessee, temperatures are in the mid-70s to low upper 80s there. Well, actually, the upper 80s is in Albany, but the rest are in the low 80s actually. Now, Alabama, Mississippi, temperatures are in the mid 70s to mid 80s, upper 80s. Arkansas, 80s. Louisiana, also in the 80s. Florida, temperatures are in the upper 70s to upper 80s. All right, to Oklahoma, temperatures are in the mid 60s to low 80s. In Texas, temperatures in the Panhandle part of the state, they're in the 60s and 70s. Then going down throughout western part of the state, they're in the 80s. Southern part, it's quite chilly in Laredo for a place that's on the southern side of Texas. It's at 77, but the rest, they're in the 80s all the way to Killeen. 91 in Dallas-Fort Worth. Throughout the Red River Valley, temperatures are in the 80s, plus Lufkin, 93 in Houston. Yet, all of this is because of urban heating, and that's the reason why those two metropolitan areas are under air quality alerts. Let me see. we may be getting our first below zero, 32 Fahrenheit temperature of October tomorrow morning. Fall is finally here, lol. Had some record-breaking warmth on the 4th. Oh, wow. It's quite an, well, it's quite something, wild. It's pleasant to have warm weather, but and then what goes up must come down. That's the unfortunate reality, Wild, that it's gonna happen in your area. But I'll check that out in just a moment. Let me see. We go to the Ohio Valley. Temperatures throughout the entirety of the Ohio Valley, they are in the 60s to mid 70s. In the Great Lakes region, let's take a look in the lower peninsula. Temperatures are in the upper 50s to mid 60s. Hold on a minute. That upper peninsula, temperatures are in the 50s to low 60s. Wisconsin, temperatures are in the mid 50s to mid 60s. Your area, Wild, they are in the low 50s. The Dakotas and Minnesota, let's take a look. Minnesota has temperatures that are in the 50s to low 60s. In the Dakotas, you have temperatures that are in the 50s to mid 60s. Going down the Missouri River, where in Iowa, you have temperatures that are in the 60s, along with Kansas and Nebraska. Missouri, temperatures range from the mid 60s, like 66 in Kansas City to 80 in Cape Girardeau. Otherwise, it's going to be in the 70s. In the Northern Rockies, in the Rockies, in Northern Rockies in Montana, you have temperatures that are in the upper 50s to upper 60s. In Idaho, temperatures there, they're in the 50s to mid 60s. In Wyoming, temperatures there, they're in the 50s to low 60s. Colorado, temperatures range from 57 in Colorado Springs to 73 in Grand Junction. In Utah, temperatures throughout much of the state, they're in the upper 50s to upper 60s. But in the southern half of this part of the state, temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s. In Nevada, we got temperatures throughout much of the state. They're in the mid 50s to mid 60s, but otherwise down south, it'll be in the upper 60s to mid 80s. Desert Southwest, New Mexico, temperatures are in the 70s to upper 80s. They range from 73 in Espanola and Albuquerque to 88 in Carlsbad. In the northern half of Arizona, temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s. Southern half, temperatures are in the mid 80s to mid 90s. California, let's take a look at the coast. It's 66 in Eureka. The Bay Area's temperatures are in the 80s. 80 in LA, 71 in San Diego, 95 in Indio. Temperatures all across the Central Valley, California, they are in the 80s. In the Pacific Northwest, you get temperatures in Oregon, they are in the mid 60s to mid 70s. Washington State, temperatures range from 59 in Trail to 70 in Yakima. Otherwise, it'll be in the 50s. Yep, goes from a heat wave breaking 3 daily records on the 4th to somewhat more normal temperatures for October really quickly. Yeah. It's no fun. Kind of glad that the heat is over with, though. Well, yeah, that is, well, I would say is that although it is refreshing to have cool weather, but with temperatures dropping to like right around 0 degrees Celsius, that is no fun at all. We got gusts throughout the Northeast, many parts of the Northeast. Wind gusts are blowing between 30 to 50 miles an hour, depending on the location. In 2 states of Kentucky and Tennessee, winds are blowing around 30 to 50, maybe close to 60 miles an hour. In Florida, in the central part of Florida, winds are gusting. The gusty winds are blowing at around 30 to 40 miles an hour. That plus central Illinois all the way to Detroit. Your area, while your gusts are around 30 to 40, maybe 45 miles an hour in your area, wild in the upper peninsula of Michigan, 30 to 40, as well as northern Wisconsin, eastern Minnesota, a few parts in Montana, up to 40 miles an hour in gusts, northeastern Oregon, and parts of New Mexico and southern Colorado, and a few parts outside of LA and San Diego. No, there is a hurricane. There's a hurricane and a tropical storm. Octave is here. Priscilla is just located south of Cabo San Lucas, but this storm is going to weaken, but will deliver some wet weather in the desert southwest in a matter of days. Let's take a look at the humidity. Now, where's the humidity? There's a lot of humidity throughout the northern part of New England, except for western Maine. Lots of humidity in western Pennsylvania, all the way down to West Virginia, southern Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee, and a little bit in the peninsula part of Florida, all the way to Charleston and Columbia, South Carolina. Plenty of drought to go around throughout much of the west, except for eastern Colorado and northeastern New Mexico, and a little bit in Texas. While your humidity level is kind of decent, actually, like right around the 50s in terms of relative humidity at 50%. Not exactly, but right around that. Rainfall accumulation, so what do we have? Well, we got plenty of rainfall that's located in the interior parts of the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic. Though rainfall estimates vary, and it's estimated to be around 2 to 4 inches of rain, maybe locally heavier amounts in some places like northern Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and the Adirondacks of upstate New York, and even up to 2 inches of rain on the eastern side of New Mexico, and just up to an inch, maybe an inch and a half in the southern end of the Appalachian Mountains. Well, you're not getting any estimated rain, but yeah, like you said, it is dry. Yeah, that's true, but that's just normal October around here. At least we still get some decent high temperatures. Good to hear. Got some rain near you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna check. Oh, yeah, definitely. It is, from what I've heard, is that there is going to be rain for tomorrow, so I'm well prepared for that. Yeah, I'm gonna be well prepared for that, so I gotta get my umbrella out for tomorrow for work. But I won't have to go out for lunch, that's a good thing. Okay, so let me also check on any news now. Well, there isn't any chance of new snowfall accumulation as of now. There hasn't been new snowfall. Let's take a look at the upper level map. Let's assume this is right now. So what do we have? We do have a ridge that's over Wyoming, and another one over Texas connecting to Utah, and an upper level low just off of central California, and a trough just located in the Hudson Bay area, and just a mini ridge off of the Outer Banks, and a mini trough just off the southeast to the east. And from what I can see, just located just northeast of the Bahamas, is that there could be an upper level low, but it's quite disorganized. It looks like it may have a chance of development, but I'll just have to wait and see. So let's take a look. In the next 24 hours, you get Priscilla. It's moving to the northwest, yet you have this trough just sitting off the Pacific Northwest, and a ridge over Texas, and a trough just to the north of New England, but also known as Quebec. Now, let me go back. I forgot to mention that there are storms in places like New Mexico, but not much is happening in the Pacific Northwest, but elsewhere with some wet weather. But in the Great Lakes region,